Hola, 'tis I, Alycia. How are you? I hope you're well. I hope everything's going awesome. I was going to think of some other word, but it didn't really fit. So we'll go with awesome. Hope you're awesome. Let's see what's going on. Okay, I went to the store the other day. Okay, we had our Thanksgiving, and then there was like turkey leftovers. I love turkey sandwiches, like that's my jam. So I had that for lunch. Really fancy over here. Just, my little sandwich, my gluten-free bread, some mayonnaise, salt, pepper, turkey, and then I have to have Munster cheese. Now, I don't know if it's Munster, if I'm supposed to be saying it like that, or Munster, how I say it, because I say it Munster like Herman Munster because, hello, it's me. And so the other day, I ran out of Munster cheese. Oh, Grandpa. Okay, anyway, I can't do a Herman Munster voice. Anyhow, I went over to the grocery store, and as I usually do to get my crack Starbucks, and there was two boys by the. They put doors now on where our like cheese, Lunchables, all that stuff is. The milk. They put doors on all of it now. Fancy. And they're standing there, and they're just shooting the breeze, talking about whatever, probably going out on dates or whatever kids do. Summon demons. I don't know. Anyway, so they were over there, and they were right in front of my cheese slices I needed. And I said, "Coming through, looking for Munster, not Herman." And they're just looking at me like, I realized them all. They probably don't know who Herman Munster is, let alone Munster cheese or Munster cheese. I was like, hashtag old person. Okay, so that was funny. Anyhow, I was just like, damn. It's hard to get a laugh over here in teenager land. Yeah, my humor is like going to only be scoring with a certain age group at this point, I think. But I do entertain my kid when she I don't know how we got on this section, but we got to this song, this Megan Thee Stallion song, something about my thought shit. Forgive me if you're a big fan. I don't remember the titles of any of the songs that I know from my youth half the time. And so I like singing that song. She thinks it's funny because, me and her dad are like, yeah, we like this song. And she's like, you guys are like old. And I'm like, dude, it's been only like a few days where I was driving around listening to Eazy-E in my car. Okay. So it's not like I just forget the music I like and go straight over to oldies. Anyhow, what's new in the shop? So glad you asked. Celestite. Oh, Celestite. Oh. I thought because today we're going to be talking about those special folks over in the MSM that we should talk about truth. And truth, if you're looking for truth, expressing your opinion, not your truth, because there's no such thing. It's either truth or not truth, but expressing the truth. Saying what's on your mind, getting it off your chest. A blue stone is perfect for that. Now, beyond that, Celestite is also for connecting to angelic guidance. So this would be one of those stones that, much like Angelite, if you're wanting to talk to spirit guides, get a better connection with your spirit guides, that kind of stuff, then you're going to go for Celestite. Here's the thing. Lately, I'm going to say past year and a half, Celestite is hard to get. Hard to get. Like, so hard to get. It's like a hard thing to get, like trying to get a good price on anything these days, okay? So it's hard to get that. Now, second thing is trying to get Celestite in Tumbled, which I did get, even harder to get. It's not a thing that, like, you can get high-quality Celestite tumbles. And I think sometimes this stuff just shakes through and comes to the vendors like, oh my gosh, look what we got today. Like, because everything's like the deliveries are all jacked up. We know. You've been there. I've been there. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to show you. Celestite naturally comes like this. Now it's, let me see if we can get that. Come on, camera. Don't be, oh look, it wanted to play. Look at, oh, and then it lost the game. Lost the plot. All right. So Celestite, this is like a druzy. That was just the matrix on the back that fell off. You can almost see through this big one right here in the front. It is beautiful stone. And it's kind of It kind of reminds me of a little cloud. Oh, I don't have Dr. Evil over here. He can't float on it. Reminds me of a little cloud. And anyway, so this is hard to find. Just letting you know. Going out in the marketplace, you want to go look for Celestite druzy, good luck. But I don't have any of that in the shop, like I said, but I did get tumbles. So I'll show you my tumbles. And then we're going to get into this, looking into these dirty deed people. Aren't they all? Okay, so here we go. Look, it's tumbled. Now here's the thing. The Celestite's very hard to tumble. So it's not like you're going to get perfection, or almost perfect. No stones are perfect when you get them, okay? There's always imperfections. But I say that so when you get certain stones, whoever you buy them from, just so you know, because of the material, let's see if I can get this closer. Because of the material, it makes it hard for them. You can't, like, if they want to get rid of the, like, say, pits in the stone right there, then you're going to be left with, like, no stone. But you can see the majority of the stone is awesome. So it's kind of a thing where stone starts to flake off as they tumble it. But this allows you to have a pocket-sized version of Celestite. Not all of these pieces have that pit on it, but I'm going to show you that it's just such a gentle, delicate stone. Okay? Now this one, that's actually not broken off. So you can see, but it looks like a crackle inside. It's just a delicate stone. Oh, but you can see the light through it. What? Oh, I hear the angels sing, Cody. That's a Sister Wives reference. But this one has a little chunk taken out of it. That one is actually interesting. So sometimes you'll hear this too. I forgot what they call it. Never mind. I forgot what they call it, and I don't want to give you a lesson in what I forgot. It was be bits and pieces, and you'd be like, and I'd be like, I'll tell you next time, then I'll forget. Anyway, these are in the shop. This is like, these are so good if you want to have your, like, spirit guide, like, help in the pocket. Okay? So that's your Celestite that's in the shop. All right, now, well, we'll leave, hey, you know what? We'll just leave them over here. I don't need to put you guys banished. You can hang with your cousin Celestite over here. Let's talk about these ding-dongs here at the MSM, right? Now, I don't know about you, if you've ever played SimCity. Back in the day, I still play SimCity. Okay, yes, there's, like, on Steam. I play SimCity, like, that's how I take a break. I like playing games like that. Well, I like playing that game. There's not a lot of games I play. Nonetheless, SimCity, you remember, if you've played it back in the day, even currently, there's a little box and it tells you what's happening with your town. And they always put up, like, you know, your advisors telling you, like, oh, you're spending too much money, or, oh my gosh, we need more water, blah, blah, blah. But there's also news stories that run in SimCity, and they're always kind of, like, dumb. You know, like, Sarah found out that lighting dumpster trash on fire makes her cat happy. Dumb stories, right? And I've been thinking, well, I wonder if our news is like SimCity news in terms of it's just random stuff that doesn't make any sense. Much like the new moronic, mix up the letters and you'll know what I'm talking about, related to that when that pops up, the new moronic thing, not numerology, the new moronic, that's what I'm going to call it, thing, because you mix up the letters. It when that story first came out, I was like, come on now, let's stop this. No, because I don't know that they have any way. I've never heard that they have a way to distinguish between their versions of their things, and let alone, you know, all the things that they're touting. It all seems like BS. But this story in particular seemed odd. And I thought, gee, where did that come from? Did that not come from, you know, the no bueno side? Or did that come from the bueno side? The Blanco white side, the white hat side? Did it come? I don't know. That's my thought. I didn't look into it, but I think it came from that. Kind of like, hey, you guys want to double down on this nonsense? Here you go, double down on this. Anyhow, the question for today is from one of you lovelies. It says, can you please take a look into the MSM at this point? The TV news, the newspapers, etc. As we know, this keeps driving all of the stories, stuff that we're hearing, seeing, because, right, we wouldn't know about any of this unless they're telling us and they're spinning it, right? Will the script / narrative they're pushing finally be flipped to the truth so we can all come together? Now, there's been talk, too, about that we're going to have some, I think that was, I don't even know if I can say his name. I'll say his first name, Cliff. If you watch him, I think he's only on the BitChute. And he talks about, his last name is High. He talks about that there's going to be something that pushes through the MSM that they have to report on. Now, I've been looking since the G. Maxwell trial started. There's been very little, scant things that I've seen, but I'm only looking on the Daily Mail. I haven't spent time looking on other sites to see if there's something. And I think the only way any information is coming out like steadily might be on the Twitters. So anyhow, is there something that's going to shake out and turn these people? Now, the thing that I'll say for me, having noticed on the Daily Mail, which is the dumb one that I read, because, you know, it's been typically on the no bueno side for the longest time, there's stories that pop in there from time to time. And I'm like, what am I reading? Like, where am I? What bizarro world am I? Because this does not belong on this site as it has been before. You know, it would be like going to, you know, that Vice website and they're writing a glowing piece on Trump or something. You'd be like, what bizarro land have I landed in? Okay, so let's see if there's something that's going to be switching their narrative shortly. Spread here. Past, present, future. My drink has not kicked in yet. Okay. Oh, need the readers. All right, so in the past we had, How interesting. Okay, so in the past we have a priest taking this down as like, this information has come down on high from their head El Diablo person. So this is the lay of the land. This is your information. Now, within here, this is interesting. We have hope and sorrow. I think within the group, the big umbrella term that we're terming the media, there's actual people in there who want to do their job, but at the same point, they're not the people who are strong enough to go out and do their job independently, right? So there's actual, I'm going to say there's probably, according to this, there's actual journalists who want to do their job, who can't do their job because of the powers that be who came down on high and said, no, you kill that story. Okay, so you're not allowed to do that. So there's people who are actually waiting in the background, wanting to do the job that they were hired to do instead of push the story. So essentially, we could look at the MSN as essentially like Harkle's PR team, except on the most high of demons, okay? But similar, like they're just like, this is the story that goes out, push it. There's no investigating going on, right? And of course, we have the enemy, no shocker. And it's their sweetheart deal, right? And she's getting her message from her sweetheart, like, oh, perfect. Like, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I wanted published in the papers. Thank you. And that's, you know, the military or whoever, military industrial complex that I'm specifying, not normal military. Okay, so past, present, what do we have currently? Oh, oh, goodness gracious, that's interesting. All right, so present. Oh, shit's making me laugh. All right, so we have faithfulness. We're always there to serve you, dear mighty demon overlord. We are always there to serve you. Yes, right? Present. So we're still serving. We're still serving. We have the room within that they're all, you know, coming together and having their meetings. I think they're Zoom rooms at this point. They're on a journey, though. They're changing. So we're going somewhere. We're taking a journey. Now, here's the part that makes me laugh. We're on a journey, perhaps to prison, and we're filled with despair. We're on a journey to prison, and we're filled with despair. That sounds so much better than Markle's Mew 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 song. Just saying. All right, future. Oh, okay. Now, I'm going to have to look a little deeper here. I'm not quite sure what that has to do with anything, but okay. So we're gonna have some money. I think money is, if you look at the media, what truly, besides orders from the top El Diablos, there's also money that drives them. They like whoever's throwing money at them. So I think their money source, wherever the money comes from, is what they're going to do. But then it looks like it's like, I don't want to do this. So there's definitely people in there with their TDS and going to have a fit. And so they might do a sick out. They might do a sick out because it looks like we're flipping, right? We're moving forward. We're flipping here. We're going on a journey, right? Well, some might be going to El prison and some are very desperate and in despair. And then, see, here they are. I'm at your service, which is what news is supposed to do. I'm at your service, okay? But so some of them are going to strike out or get sick or retire, whatever the hell they're going to do. Go make up their own fake news network or something. That would be FNN. That would be funny. Okay, anyway. Now, here's the thing that's interesting to me is that what I have here is a wife and an old woman in the future of the MSM. What does that have to do with anything? We have a wife and an old woman, grandma and a mom. Why? So, why do we have grandma and mom? Grandma and mom is generations. It's like, well, back in my day, the news used to tell the news. It feels like this is like back in my day. Oh, I'm so glad because it feels like we're getting back to that. The message is the same for the grandma and the grandma and the mom, generationally speaking, because we also have a kid here. So this is a generational thing where it's like back in the day, and we've heard that a lot, they used to tell the news. And now it's like, oh, now they tell the news. So this absolutely, we're moving that way, okay? So that's bueno, so that's true. Okay, allegedly, for entertainment purposes. This is a tarot card reading. Don't take this to the bank. Do your own research. All right. You know how I have to say it. Oh my God, I left my mouse on the, oh my God, how unprofessional. Oh my God, the YouTubers of the world are going to vote me off the island. Okay, now let's see what else. Like, let's look here into Mr. Cuomo Chris, who, let's look at him. What's going to be happening with his prospects there on the CNN? Yeah, I flipped these, so don't be getting in my shit if you're one of those readers who's like, oh my God, those were reversed. You're supposed to read them. I do what I want. Okay. It looks like he's kind of in a, he doesn't know what's going to happen. It's the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So he's like, doesn't know what's going to happen. That's the energy behind him here. It's really interesting. This little guy, like, he's really in his emotions. Like, he's super in his emotions. He's like trying to control his emotions. And all this shit here, it's like, you know, I'll do what you want. I'll do it, like, I'll do what you want. I'll do what you want. Like, keep me on the TV, please. Very much keep me on the TV, please. Yeah, he's like begging. Oh my. Oh dear. Oh, I sounded very crickety, like an old hag. I am. Okay, no, he's something else here is gonna sink his battleship here, man. It's, I don't know if this is like, he's he knows, like, he's gonna stick with family, apparently. Like, that seems like a, I, I think that, I'm going to say this. I think they're Italian. I don't know. And they play up the Italian angle very much so. Where I'm saying that is because there's people in my circle, I'll say it that way, that once they got their ancestry DNA results and they got the first version of it and it said, like, oh my God, you're like 70% Italian, then they went full on, like, oh, I'm an Italian person, and they like get into the, like, the memes and all the stuff, and then later, their ancestry refined it and it's like, no, you're like 7% Italian, and they're still holding on to it like, I'm so Italian. And I'm like, okay, bro, you're just human like the rest of us. Anyway, this feels very much like leaning into that, though. Like, I swear that the Cuomo brothers kind of did that. Like, we're Italian. This is what we do. I'm Italian. I gotta stick with my family. I love him. I represent. I love him. That kind of shit. He's getting, like, tied down to this shit. And sinking Titanic stuff. No bueno. There's something else that's gonna pop up, then he's gonna be voted off their island. Okay, now, he's a small player because we know that the La Diabla's little minion, Cooper, he's just going to take over a slot, right? So that's not really solving anything. That's just like taking one cockroach off the Titanic, throwing it in the ocean. But the Titanic's filled with cockroaches at this point. So we need to see what's going to look like for all of the networks. Like, what's happening so that they have to speak la verdad. I need some brighter light up in here. All right. Okay, so they're hoping to pull a rabbit out of their ass here. This is interesting. So this is talking very much about we're working very hard. We're working together and we're forming an agreement. We're working very hard. This is like someone, like, somehow something comes in, like, all right, listen here, bitches. This is what we're gonna do. We're going to have an agreement. There's something here, like, there's leverage behind this. There's leverage behind this that makes them tell truth. Like, do what they're supposed to do. Like, everything that they're putting on now is opinion, essentially. There's not a lot of journalism going on. At some point, this looks like there's something behind leverage. Like, we're going to shut you down. We're going to, like, revoke your broadcast license, cut off. I don't know. There's something here, like, this feels like coming down on high. I don't know. Maybe this is like some FCC type crap. I don't know. Like some hidden rule of law or something that we have no idea about. Something. Somebody's coming down, like King of Wands. It's like a creative way that we're like, boop, and you're going to do what we say, and it's like, okay, we're going to work together. We're going to work together. No problem. Like, there's some other threat, probably going to the clink or something that's making some of these people feel like, oh my gosh, I'm complicit with something else, allegedly for entertainment purposes. Because then we start getting the news, like actual news. It's popping up. So it feels like something's pushing them to do this. Like, they don't want to. There's a reason why they have to do this. And it's not just like, it can't just be like there's a new boss in town or something. There's something that compels them to do it beyond the threat of the clink and other things that would scare the bejesus out of these people. Okay. Now, I've told you guys before, I am not an expert on doing the timing. But we'll pull one card. And we'll see if we can figure it out. Because I have my cheat sheet. I put up a cheat sheet because, like I said, I don't do timing. I don't like to do timing, period. now that I've tried to do that enough times, because I've noticed things change. There's other people and their agendas and things that are unfolding all the time, so timing changes. It's, you know, you can't pin that. It's not like your damn birthday comes around the same time every year. So with that being said, let's not hold our hang our hat on this date or range of time. So I'm just going to see, when are we going to start seeing a noticeable difference? Let's say that noticeable market shift in the MSM to go like, oh, we're telling truth. Oh, this popped up. Should I take it? We'll take this. 2 of cups. That's months or summer. 2 cups, 2 months, or 10 cups. Oh, 10 cups. That's not 2. Damn it, glasses. 10 cups. That would be 10 months or summer. 10 cups. Now let's see what I was going to get. The moon. I don't know what you do with the moon. If you're a reader, tell me. I don't know. What does a major arcana have to do? Like, what does that mean for timing? I don't know. I'm just going to pull until I find 2 of swords. Oh, then we get back to 2. Swords could be 2 weeks or autumn. That would be like a whole year from now, essentially. Unless it's autumn now. I guess we're technically in autumn until the 21st. I don't know. So I don't know what the moon means. But if you know, tell me in the comments. I don't know. But here we go. This was the one that flew out. 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups would mean 10 months from now. Or summer. That seems like a long time. Or we have 2 of Swords. That's 2 weeks. Or autumn. 2 weeks from now. We're recording this December 1. So I guess we'll find out. I guess we'll see. Or we have the moon, whatever the heck that means. Anyway. Take the timing with a grain of salt. Or several grains of salt. Or the whole salt shaker. That's how I'll say that. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like, share, subscribe. Make sure you go get yourself some Celestite. Celestite bye-bye. Celestite tumbles. Take it in your pocket. Take it with you wherever you go so you can get your downloads from your spirit guides. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Adios.